Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Woodbury, Minnesota, which is a suburb of St. Paul between the Twin Cities and Wisconsin, I always say. So hopefully you know where that is. If not, look it up. I love maps, so I always look to see where people are. How do you like my new setup? I got a new stand for my phone and it has a ring light. So without all these papers, I'm pretty sure you can see the ring light. So we are going to be using grid paper. Yes, there's the ring light. We're going to be using grid paper on top of my glass mat. I don't really need it except to hide the ring light. So I am consistently North Star Stamper across places I am on social media. Hopefully you know where to find me. My website, northstarstamper.com, is what I'm responsible for. I have all kinds of things there. Go check it out. And if you want to purchase from me, my Stampin' Up! Website, my shopping, is also northstarstamper.stampinup.net. Enough of that. Let's get busy. I have some new products today. We are using from the January through April mini catalog. I can open it now. It's live. We're on page 38. Well, starting at 38. This is called Nature's Walk. We're going to be using the Designer Series paper. So the name of the suite has been coordinating with the name of the Designer Series paper, and then the stamps and the dies have a similar name. So the stamps and dies are Nature's Symphony. The suite and the Designer Series paper is called Nature Walk. So I get a little confused. There's lots of samples, and this is where I got my idea. Here they actually do a 2-for-1, and that's what I was thinking. So they die cut the Designer Series paper and use the die on a separate card, and then the negative, the where they cut it out of, on a second card. So I was thinking that we would get a 2-for-1, and I'm using that, but we'll see. I have lots of ideas for you. So we're just using this detailed leaf die, and it's quite large. It's very fun. Our new packaging for dies and stamps are all the same envelopes. They're about 5 by 9 inches. So even if it's a small stamp set, it comes in this packaging, so you can get that set up for your new packaging. Okay, so I used these 2 sheets, and you can see I die cut the leaf, and then I have, oh, I didn't show you the paper. You can go online and see the paper and the colors and all that. I want to keep this quick. We have Pretty Peacock and Crumb Cake. Okay, come on, words. And I thought my first idea is just to swap these 2, which is why I chose 2 that were very different from each other. Hold on, let me get this very delicate. So I will put these together in this video. I'm going to talk about adhesives in a minute too. So that would be very fun to create 2 cards like that. But I have some other ideas. You know I don't like to waste ink. So here I have, an old peach. I can't even tell you what it was. Where when I'm doing inks with browns, my excess ink goes on here. So what if we put this on here? We could get 4 cards. If we use different backgrounds, that's kind of dark. I would probably go this way. And I have some dies here. These are the Nested Essential dies, and the So Sorry for Your Loss is from Prayers and Promises, a brand new stamp set. And so I think that would make a lovely card. Maybe a few gems and you're done. Okay, so that's one idea. You can make 4 cards if you die cut 4 times. Here I have Old Olive behind that, just to make that a little more interesting. You could even stamp on there, add a little ink blending if you don't like the solid color behind it. The other idea I had was to die cut this out of cardstock, and then after you die cut it, emboss this piece, and it'll give your card a lot of texture, and then put it on top of there. But it would be fun to emboss this piece, and then you'd have some interesting leaves back there. So those are some of my ideas for getting more for your die cuts. All right, going to get this all out of the way. We're not actually going to use these. I'm going to start with my first idea. So to adhere these, we have to think about a few things. If you look at this die, I don't know if you can see on here, or maybe on the die itself. Let me grab my take your pick. These lines are actually cut in the leaves. And I've talked about this a little bit, so I can poke it through there. If you use your liquid glue, it will come through those lines and make a mess of your project. So I tend not to use liquid glue when I have dies like this. These are very fine stems, so it would be quite difficult to use dimensionals on this. So my two ideas, and we're going to do both of them. I have a piece of an adhesive sheet, and this is smaller than... We'll use this one. So it's smaller than my piece of designer series paper, and I'm just going to put it on my background here. Our newest version of adhesive sheets come with these liners, so it's quite easy to take. Oh, I lost my garbage. All right. I do use an old trimmer to cut these adhesive sheets because I don't want to get adhesive on my current trimmer, and then I would make a mess of all the cardstock I cut. Right, so let's get this off. It's coming off a little bit. All right, so normally we would put that on cardstock just like this, and then we would run a die through and we'd make a sticker out of it. But we're going to use this, if I can pull it up. All right, let's burnish it a little better right where I'm picking it up. I forgot to watch my video there. Oh, let's clean up a little bit. There. Let's clean up a little more. Okay. I like to be able to concentrate on what's going on in the video, not all the stuff on the table. So there's that. You can just throw that away. I'm just going to push it to the side. And then make sure I'm putting this on the way I want it. I'm going to set this. Do the best I can to get my edges even, because there is no pulling this back up. There. And just set it down. And this is sticky in the middle where the leaves are going to go. So I'm just going to push it with my finger a little bit to get that down. And I'm going to take the green one and very carefully, leaf by leaf, because again, there is no picking this up. That adhesive sheet is sticky. And it should lay right in where it goes. So I'm looking at the stem. I use my take your pick tool to get it right in place. So if I don't touch it, hold on, I need to look at it straight on. Looks good. Maybe just right here. It's off a little bit. That leaf. And this leaf. There. Now I can push it down. I'm actually going to open it up and burnish the inside. I will put a layer on here too. I have a really nice retired stamp that will go there. That may not be the right color. I'll play around with this, but you get the idea. So the inlay of a different designer series paper. Very fun. I like that. So that was idea number one, if you have an adhesive sheet. So my other idea is to use Stampin Seal. You could probably use Stampin Seal Plus, which is a stronger adhesive, but the same idea. I'm going to put adhesive on my card front. Normally, I put adhesive on the piece going onto my card, but I'm thinking this is going to be a better way to go, and I'm going to put a lot on here. So like I had a lot of adhesive behind this card, and I'm going to use the same idea. I'm going to lay this, I think that'll work. I'm going to lay this very carefully, looking at my reveal here, here, and here. Make sure it's straight, because there is no picking it up once it's down. All right. just like that. I think that's pretty good. Might be a little bit of a buckle. So I'm going to push that down into the adhesive. Now I have it adhesive exposed where the leaves go. Same thing, I'm going to set this inside. Now there isn't adhesive everywhere. It's only the lines of adhesive. So like right here, there's no adhesive. I don't have my green glue. My family took my green glue. So I grabbed a bottle of Elmer's. Oh, you know what? It's going to come through that leaf. That's right. We'll just do that. Just that little bit should be fine. And I'm going to lay it in there. Leaf by leaf. Stem. Leaf, leaf. Let me look at it straight on. Oh, that's really good. I'm going to pat it in place. I'm going to open it up and burnish it. Let's see how this... So sorry for your loss. I do like that better. Maybe up here so you can see it. So there is two... Well, I was going to say a 2 for 1, but you did die cut it twice and you got 2 cards. But like I said, using different layers behind your die cut openings, you can get lots of ideas. Lots of different ideas. So I did try this idea first using some retired dies. Let me grab all these things. The paper is still current, believe it or not. This is the Lights of Aurora paper, I think it's called. And then this is the Beautiful Bouquet paper. They're both 6x6, so I just trimmed them down. Let's see if I have, there we are. Yes, the Lights of Aurora 6x6. They did keep that around. And for my heart, I use the Friends for Life dies. There is a leaf in here that you could use for this technique, and there's a detail die that would look kind of interesting in there. My dots are the frosted iridescent dots that coordinated with this paper. I have no idea if they're still current. Sorry about that. But hopefully you have something that coordinates. And then my Love You came from the Be My Valentine stamp set right here. And this is still current. And it has that bee punch that coordinates with it. It's a bee builder, so you can create little bees for Valentine's. So there's my ideas for today. Thank you for joining me. Sorry this got a little long, but happy stamping. See you next time.